Hello everyone, this is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to be playing some AI Dungeon 2. Some AI Dungeon 2. I am going to be playing the scenario, can I help Blender, the mysterious golem, solve his problem? Let's find out. So the first thing that I'm going to do is select the scenario. Then I am going to read the generated prompt. And then after that, I'm going to set a 20-minute timer and try and see if I can finish the adventure in 20 minutes or less. Kavaza is a female golem, equipped with a shield of faith. She can summon miracles through prayer in order to help her in battle. She mainly wants to become a strong fighter and regularly trains with the guardian angels and sometimes accompanies them on missions. You are Kavaza's creator and accompany her on her adventures. You have the power to cast Hebrew incantations from the Book of Creation. You like creating golems to help the guardian angels, and you want to help Kavaza become a powerful fighter for the forces of righteousness. You and Kavaza have been approached by a mysterious golem named Blend. Blend has a black head, black hands, black feet, and a red body. Blend's body looks like a wooden manikin. Blend looks traumatized, lost, and paranoid. His body is surrounded by a golden aura. You ask Blend if he needs help, and he nods. You ask Blend what's wrong and if you can help him. Then the AI continues. He tells you that he wants to be a good person, but he doesn't know how. He tells you that he is a golem and that he's made of wood. He tells you that you are his creator and that you have the power to help him. What? Okay, that's kind of interesting. So I'm going to set the 20-minute timer and let's hop right in. Let's see. You are surprised to hear that you are Blend's creator. You ask Blend why he believes that you created him. Yeah, that's like a kid coming to you who looks like scared and afraid and like they need help, and then the kid revealing that like you're their dad or something. That's like a hard plot twist to start with. Blend tells you that he remembers seeing you before he went to sleep. He said that he remembers seeing a bright light before he went to sleep, and then woke up, and he was in a forest, scared. I'm going to tell Blend that he's safe now, but assure him that you are not his creator. This is interesting so far. Why does he remember seeing me before he went to sleep? Blend seems to relax a bit after you tell him this. He goes on to say he doesn't feel safe anywhere, and that he would like to become a guardian angel, but he doesn't have any faith. Blend looks at you hopefully when he says this. I'm going to say, you want to have faith? Yeah, I mean, that's actually really interesting. He wants to become a guardian angel, but he doesn't have any faith. Yeah, is his issue that he needs faith? Blend nods eagerly. You tell Kavaza to give the shofar to Blend. Blend takes the shofar and looks at it for a moment before asking you what it is. I'm gonna hit retry because I sure as fuck don't know what a shofar is. Blend nods when you ask him this. You tell him faith can be gained by doing righteous deeds and saving people. Blend seems to think about this for a moment before smiling at you. Let's see. I don't think that's what faith is. I'll tell him what I think faith is. I'm going to ask Blend if he believes in God. I feel like that's pretty simple. It's a solid way to start. Like, if he feels like the only thing between him and his goal was that he wants faith. Blend says that he doesn't know what God is. He says he knows the angels in heaven and the demons in hell, but he doesn't believe a human created him. What? Blinn says that ever since his eyes were opened, he has been seeing things, scary things. I'm going to say, you don't believe that you were created by a human, yet you claimed that you thought I was your creator. Do you not believe me to be human? Yeah, that actually is really interesting, the direction this is going in. So he wants to be safe, he wants to have faith, and he wants to become a guardian angel. Blinn nods when you ask him this. Blinn says that he cannot be the only humanoid in existence. He says that being a golem must mean that he was created by someone. So he nods when I say, do you not believe me to be human? So he's like, yep, I don't think you're human. That's interesting. And then he says he cannot be the only humanoid in existence. He says that being a golem must mean that he was created by someone. I'm going to say, of course, you are not the only humanoid in existence. I am surprised that you don't believe me to be a human. What do you think I am? Yeah. It's interesting that he's like, he doesn't know what God is, but he says that he knows the angels in heaven and the demons in hell. Blinn says that he thinks that you are a yeti, which has been kidnapped from the mountains and is held in the village against his will. You are concerned. Blinn's mind doesn't seem to be very stable. You think that Blinn might need more help than you can offer. You walk Blinn to the nearest church and ask the pastor if they can help Blinn find his faith and become a guardian angel. Because that is Blinn's goal. So, I mean, I feel like there's no better place to go, I guess, than church. Unless we could just straight up go to heaven. We could have prayed for him, maybe prayed to God. The pastor says that he can't give a sermon. Whoa, he can't give a sermon to a golem. Racism? What? He says that golems don't have souls and cannot go to heaven when they die. So it wouldn't be fair to all the humans who do have souls that go to heaven if a golem did too. I'm going to scold the pastor and say, a life is a life, regardless of who lives it. A golem who desires to have faith and to protect humanity is worthy of the love of God. If you won't help, stuff keeps popping up on my computer. There we go. If you won't help Blinn, then I will. Yeah, I didn't really appreciate the pastor reacting that way. That seems very harsh to, like, cast Blinn aside like that. The pastor's a little shocked that you would say such a thing, but he lets you do it anyway. You return home with the newly christened Blinn at your side. You spend the next couple of weeks in silence. I don't do that. Sounds like a bad idea. Okay. So I'm going to ask Blinn to pray for God to help him find his faith and become a guardian angel. And as long as he believes, that will be his faith. Like, I feel like that's probably the easiest part, maybe. Blinn begins to pray. He closes his eyes and bows his head, clasping his hands together tightly as he hums a song you don't know. Dear Lord in heaven, he whispers. Blinn's voice seems to be on the verge of tears. Oh, goodness. And listen closely to Blinn's prayer. This is interesting. This is not what I expected the story to do. Like, I didn't expect it to go in this direction. I kind of set it up to where you wouldn't know what kind of problem Blinn would have. Whoa. I have no soul, but I wish to save the worlds. Please give me a soul, that I may become strong enough to do your will, and save the people of Earth from the demons and other evil things that plague this world. That's really interesting, actually. He's doing like a Pinocchio kind of situation, like, make me a real boy, give me a soul. You were surprised by Blinn's prayer. You are glad that Blinn is so dedicated to making the world a better place. Blinn's mind might not be, well, I guess not, Blinn's mind and emotions may not be entirely stable, but his heart is definitely in the right place. You have faith that Blinn can achieve his goal, and you encourage Blinn to continue praying. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Blinn says thank you and continues praying with his eyes closed. He continues with his head bowed and his hands clasped together. Dear God, please give me a soul so that I may do your work on earth, he says with a quiver in his voice. Goodness. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm going to call Kavaza into the room and ask her to pray with us. Yeah, this is really no idea how to like fast track something like this. I feel like I'm kind of getting him on the right track. Kavaza walks in with a grimace on her face. When she sees Blinn praying, her face twists into an expression of disgust. Blinn is praying to God for a soul, you tell her. Will you pray with us? Kavaza seems like she is not having this. Like, she does not seem interested in it. This might be like a point of conflict. And that actually sounds kind of interesting. It's another like unexpected turn. No, I won't pray for such a thing. It's laughable that you would even suggest such a thing, let alone make me do it, she says while almost tearing up with rage. I'm going to comfort Kavaza and say, I would never make you do anything. Blinn is troubled, but he wants to help. He wants to become a guardian angel. And he wants to find his faith. I simply want to help Blinn. And I was wondering if you wanted to do the same. If not, that is entirely fine. I will help Blinn the best I can. Yeah. I'm just asking to see if like other people will help, kind of thing. It is totally fine. like if she doesn't want to help. Kavaza's anger turns to sadness. Tears start to fall down her face as she falls into your arms. Let's see. So I'm going to pray for Blind to find his faith and to become a guardian angel. And just see what happens. I wonder why Kavaza was so upset. She was very disgusted by the idea. You bow your head and close your eyes. You join your hands together with Kavaza's and pray. Okay? I'm going to pray. O Lord, O God, please help Blend find his faith and to become a guardian angel. Blend's mind needs to be as calm as the still sea, and his emotions need to settle like beach sand. Let his mind and body be as pure as his heart. So let it be. Okay. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, this is really, like, weird. It's a conflict where I really don't know if I can actually, like, help. You bow your head and open your eyes. Kavaza's eyes are still watery, but her face is expressionless. She sniffles and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I hope you know what you're doing, she whispers as she wipes her nose on her shoulder. You say to Kavaza, to be honest, I'm doing all I can. I don't know if all I can will be enough, but I have faith. I have hope. I have you and Blind, and that's all I need. Yeah. It just feels very wholesome. All the conflicts have kind of been like disagreements. Kavaza smiles. I'll stand by you, she says. We all will. Kavaza walks to the door and opens it. She raises her hands above her head and raises her voice to a shout. Interesting. What is she about to do? Yeah, because Kavaza has the power to, like, summon miracles. Everyone, come to the chapel. I have something to say. The students slowly file into the chapel after a few minutes. They sit in the pews and give Kavaza their attention. Blind has been helping me to teach you since we first started our training. No? No? Let's see. You, Blind, Kavaza, and everyone else in the village slowly file into the chapel. That makes a bit more sense. How am I doing on time? Okay. Doing better than I thought. So let's see how this continues. Blind has come to us with a most wonderful request. He wants to become one of God's angels and to defend God's creations against the demonic hordes of the fallen ones. We should all be so lucky as to do such a thing. I'm glad that Kavaza's, like, standing up for Blind. just as I stood up for Blend against the pastor earlier in the story. It's also really interesting that Kavaza was so against Blend, like trying to pray for a soul. I thought that was kind of interesting. Like the concept of golems thinking it's like foolhardy to want a soul. A cheer rises up from the crowd and they all stand. They raise their hands up, not in worship, but in solidarity. We will help you in this quest, Blend. All of us will. But... I don't know what the but was. I'm gonna get rid of the but. Something about it, without having like a specific person say it, seems kind of weird. I'm gonna just hit enter on that and just see how it continues. So Kavaza was able to like rally the people. She gave like a powerful speech. Blend smiles and nods. The crowd soon flies out of the chapel, leaving you, Kavaza, and Blend alone. All of us will? You ask Kavaza? She nods. Everyone in the village wants to help. I figured you wouldn't mind. You smile. You are glad that Kavaza was able to rally the village to help Blend. You feel confident that with the village's help, that Blend will be able to achieve his goals. Let's see. So how am I doing on time? 0 seconds. So this was interesting. It wasn't really like an action-y story. The conflicts are very, I guess, like personal. I'm glad that you obtained help from the village. This makes me feel more confident that this quest will be a success. You stand and follow the villagers out of the room, heading to the tavern for some ale and food. So that's the end of her story. Yeah, to be honest, when I originally wrote this prompt, I kind of thought that the AI would generate a situation where Blend was in trouble. Maybe he had been like attacked by a demon, or maybe, he needed like our help to go on like a quest. But what ended up happening is that Blend was just like a really troubled golem that seemed to feel lost and scared in the world. Everywhere he looks, he sees angels and demons, and he doesn't really know if there like is a god, but he wants to have faith and he wants to become one of the angels to help protect the world. Like he has all these like big aspirations, but he seems a little crazy. Like his mind is not all the way there, and he seems like incredibly scared, but he doesn't want to be, kind of thing. I thought it was interesting where we were talking about like him not thinking that I was like human and him thinking that I was like a yeti, but at the same time him having like these like a deep purpose, I guess, like he feels like what he needs to be doing is he needs to be like a guardian angel, but he doesn't know how, kind of thing. I thought it was interesting when the pastor said that like really like oddly racist thing about golems and about how like they don't have souls, and how Kavaza kind of like seconded it. But it is interesting how like when I scolded the pastor, he was shocked, but then he kind of like didn't stop me, kind of thing. Like maybe he realized there was something wrong about what he said, and he kind of like let me continue. Like he didn't necessarily help, but he didn't like impede our progress any further than that. And then Kavaza similarly was like, no, that's ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't help you. Why would a golem ever want a soul? And then, I say my piece on it. I talk about how I just want to help Blend. And then suddenly Kavaza's like, oh, like she breaks down and she cries. It's like an emotionally like moving moment for her. And she realizes that like, maybe this is like a good thing. And she participates in the prayer and then rallies the people. And then the whole village gets behind like helping Blend. There's a very like wholesome story that kind of came out of nowhere. And I enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. It's not what I expected, but I can't say that I didn't like it. What are your thoughts? Definitely let me know in the comment section below and on our Discord. If you guys have any video ideas, definitely let me know by sending your video ideas to the Discord. If I like your idea, I'll make your video a reality, but I'll charge you $7 per hour length of the video with a $7 minimum if you want a video for less than an hour. If you guys just want to help support the channel, feel free to donate to the channel. I have a Cash App link in the description box below. Thank you all once again for tuning in. If you guys like AI Dungeon 2 videos, make sure you smash that subscribe button because I do a new AI Dungeon 2 video every day. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chicken a bow.